The sprawl of the city is not merely a collection of concrete and glass. It is a living, breathing predator that feeds on the secrets of those foolish enough to think they can navigate its shadows without being marked. Craig Schaefer, the unrivaled architect of noir-infused urban fantasy, delivers a cold, precise, and lethally paced masterpiece with Catch and Kill, the opening movement of the Neon Meridian saga. This isn't a story of mystical destiny or heroic crusades. It is a visceral, deeply intense plunge into the logistical nightmare of freelance supernatural investigation, the perilous collision between a burnt-out operator's cynical pragmatism and the absolute, unchecked malice of a hidden, corporate occult underground, and the terrifying truth that when you pull the trigger on a ghost, you don't just finish the job, you signal every monster in the city that there is a new player on the board. Schaefer hooks his audience instantly by constructing a high-stakes, hyper-focused trap. An isolated specialist hunting an elusive reality-warping entity finds themselves caught in a three-way crossfire between rival shadow factions that treat human life as a rounding error in their bottom line. The narrative center zeroes in on the protagonist's methodical, high-pressure descent into the Meridian, a state of heightened, weaponized perception that allows them to track the faint, lingering signatures of entities that shouldn't exist in the modern world. As they traverse the rain-slicked, neon-drenched alleys and the sterile, high-security boardrooms of the occult elite, they realize that their hunt is not a quest for justice. It is a deliberate, orchestrated bait operation designed to flush out the most dangerous, untraceable predators in the city. The investigation into the entity's origin quickly escalates into a dangerous, high-stakes tactical chess match as they discover that their own employer is merely a front for an entity that is trying to rewrite the city's magical foundation. Forced to juggle the logistical nightmare of managing dwindling ammunition and illicit information, the constant suffocating threat of corporate-sanctioned assassination, and the mounting, undeniable encounter with the cost of their own growing dark reputation, they must synthesize a new way of existing, one built on tactical deception, radical improvised spellweaving, and an unyielding, purely human refusal to be the last broken thing standing in the revel. Schaefer's writing style is unapologetically grit-driven, machine-gun-fast, and saturated with an intense, authentic blend of noir procedural jargon, dark, biting psychological wit, and high-stakes environmental dread. He builds exceptional structural tension by pairing the mundane, aching routines of survival, patrolling the city's dark sectors, decoding cryptic supernatural mandates, and enduring the quiet, crushing weight of constant, vigilant isolation, with the chaotic, nightmare-filled assaults of the corporate occult enforcers. The story moves forward with a relentless, momentum-driven energy, turning routine analytical probes, calculated maneuvers through the city's secret, steam-filled basements, and tense, high-stakes standoffs with lethal, bio-augmented shadows into pulse-pounding steps closer to an inevitable, reality-defining confrontation. The presentation thrives on this sharp, analytical focus, making every discovered signal, every executed defensive maneuver, and every deep-seated fear confronted feel like a high-stakes victory for the human spirit. What makes Catch and Kill an exceptional entry in the urban fantasy canon is Schaefer's unparalleled ability to develop a highly compelling, logic-driven operator whose cynicism is treated as a supreme navigational asset rather than a tragic, fading memory. Watch as they transform their experience with betrayal into a compass, learning to navigate the chaotic shadow paths to outmaneuver a bureaucracy that operates with absolute, terrifying precision. As the structural walls of their anonymity begin to collapse and the true scope of the Meridian danger is exposed, the pacing transforms into a breathless, heart-pounding race to maintain the shred of truth they carry before their consciousness is permanently unstitched by the city's relentless, power-hungry machinery. The final act is an absolute masterclass in suspense, delivering a barrage of explosive realizations, shattered paradigms, and a spectacular, jaw-dropping climax that completely leaves the reader thoroughly stunned. For fans of thrillers demanding a brilliant, character-driven, and masterfully paced exploration of industry and shadow magic, this book delivers an unforgettable shockwave.